Hello everyone. Today we all are going to learn how to make a potting mix for the plant. Now there is no perfect formula for making a potting mix. Depending on the plant which we are going to grow in the pot, the potting mix have to be little manipulated. So first we'll come to know what all things we use in our potting mix and what are the benefits or what are the properties of that typical product. So first thing is the garden soil. Now this color of the soil may be different depending on the area you stay. I stay in Bangalore, so here it is available in red color. Might be some other place it will be grey or blackish in color, so that's no problem, you can use it. So this first I'll talk about the things and then later their properties. Now the second thing is the coco peat. This is you can see the coconut fiber. This is made from coconut fiber. So this is called coco peat. Then it is the compost. This you can make it from your kitchen waste, or there can be aerobic method, anaerobic method or vermicomposting, whichever method you follow, or you can buy it from outside also. So this is called compost. One more thing what it goes in making of potting mixes, neem cake. This is after extracting oil from the neem seeds. This called the neem cake. It is available in powdered form or in the caked form. So these are the main ingredients. Apart from that, some people use dry cow dung. Okay, make sure that it has to be composted properly, means it has to be in black color. Okay, so almost a year old cow dung should be used, otherwise it may create some problem to your soil, like growth of grubs or any other minor insects which are not good for the soil. So make sure the cow dung is properly composted or at least a year old. Same thing, some people they use farmyard manure. So that is your sheep, horse, their dung, and that also has to be nicely composted. It should not be fresh. Okay. So now we'll talk about the properties of each. Now as we all know, when we plant any sapling or a plant in a pot, it has to be firmly or it has to be stable in the pot. So the holding capacity of the root comes only with the help of soil, because the plant you can say the grip of the plant through the root, it comes only when we add red soil or whatever color soil is available in your area. Apart from the holding capacity, many micronutrients are there, like zinc, boron, magnesium and all such things. They are present in this soil. So those things are required by the plants in a very minimal quantity. So if we are using this soil, so those because of those things, the micronutrients are available to the plants. So many people they go for soilless media. So only the coco peat and compost they use. So in that case, all these micronutrients you have to supply additionally to your plant. So make sure at least some quantity of the soil you should have in your potting mix, because it gives a nice grip, holding capacity and the micronutrients to your soil. The next thing comes to the coco peat. The coco peat, as I told you, it's made from the coconut fiber. So this can hold, if you see, this can hold water too much. The holding capacity for the water, it is too much. It keeps the soil moist and it is porous and light. So it's easier for people who stay on a topmost floor to carry their potting mix, and it keeps your pot also lighter. So as nutrient content, if you talk, it does not have any nutrition as such. Only it keeps the soil light, porous, and moisture content will be good if it is added in the soil. Now the third thing is the compost method. Whichever you have used in making the compost, that is fine. So compost is basically the nutrition what the plant needs to grow. So all its calcium, iron, magnesium, nitrogen, everything, like a multi vitamin you can say, it's for the plant. So this is must. Now the quantity will talk. So whatever plant is there, generally the rule is everything equal quantity we take. So compost, soil and coco peat has to be in equal quantity. Sometimes some plant, they do not like too much of water retention in the soil. So in that case we'll reduce the quantity of coco peat and we can increase either the red soil or the compost. For pot, when we are growing plants in the pot, so we make sure the compost quantity always should be on a higher side. Okay, so these are the main ingredients. Neem cake is a high source of, you can say, nitrogen, and any fungal infection in your soil or any bacterial infection is there, so all that can be taken care by the neem cake, but quantity should be added just in this kind of a pot. Just 1 handful is more than enough. And apart from this, if you are adding cow dung manure or farmyard manure, that also 1 or 2 handful is more than enough. Now we'll talk about how to arrange these layers. Okay, now take a pot, make sure that sufficient amount of holes are there for the proper drainage. You keep any broken pots inside to cover those holes. I generally prefer to keep a thin cloth beneath, because it helps in keeping my floor clean, and because it absorbs little moisture. So in case one day I am not watering it, or I have gone out of station, so in that case also, because of its moisture, the plant does not wilt, and it takes this cloth takes care of my plant really well. Now once we mix all these 3 ingredients and neem cake, it is something like this. In this I have mixed everything. Make sure the pot is filled till the 3/4 of the pot. It should not be filled completely, because after we'll plant anything in this, every week or every 10 days we need to supplement compost. So space should be there to add that, and even if it is heavy rain, these mud should not come out of the pot. Now once you have filled it, make sure you take Jivamrita. How to make Jivamrita I have already discussed with you all. So you can take Jivamrita and just add little. This is the diluted form. After making Jivamrita, 5 times we have to dilute, that also I have mentioned, you can check there. And then water your soil nicely. Okay. Now after watering this, you can cover this with the cloth and keep it aside for a day. This process is not compulsory or it's must to be done, but it's preferably, if you do this, it's better for your plant, because what I have observed is, when we mix all these things, the heat it is generated by the, you can say, cow dung, your compost, your farmyard manure, your neem cake, everything when it is mixed together. So initially some heat is generated, and the sapling or any plant, when we are transplanting it in this soil, so it cannot bear that much heat. So if it is kept for a day or 2 aside, and when we add this Jivamrita, as I told you earlier also, this is a, you can say, it gives life to the soil. So all the beneficial microbes what are required for a perfect growth of a plant, that can be introduced with the help of Jivamrita. So that we have added, and watering we have done just to cool down all the, whatever the heat is generated, just to cool down that heat, and we cover it so that they get a nice greenhouse effect. So just for a day or 2, if you cover it, there will be a proper greenhouse effect, and all the heat generated will be little lesser, and it will be an ideal environment for your plants. So the success rate will be more. So and apart from this, how to make your soil, which is already you have used it and harvested your vegetable, now in the same soil, how to regenerate that soil. what potting mix we have to take, how do we have to do it. That also we have made a video, very shortly we'll be posting. So have a look on that also. So it will be very much clear. If new potting mix you are making, this is the procedure. If you are already used soil, how to give life to your old soil also. So everything we are covering. Keep watching. Thank you very much. Bye bye.